Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Saraswati Mahabage Vidye Kamalalochane Vidyarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute. Yadaksharam Padam Brashtam Matrahinam Chayat Bhavet Tatsarvam Kshamyatam Devi Prasida Parameshwari. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Ajnanaतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hari Om to all of you. We will be starting from verse 11, the discourse on devotion. We shall continue where we had left off. And when we are reading these traits or particular aspects, qualities that Swami Samarth Ramdas has written here, one by one, pinpoint, like literally pinpointing. We must apply, like in this discourse on devotion, there are many things that he has said. If this person doesn't do this, this person doesn't do this. That means he is talking about a person who has no devotion. It could be, even if you are devoted to something with a pure heart, with nothing else in mind, it will lead you further to some good. So sometimes it might mean that he is not at all devoted. He has no such. Then another time you will see that he is talking about he is not devoted to God. That is for someone who has a little bit of devotion at heart, has recognized. But now he is devoted to things that are impermanent in life, things that are not going to give him fulfillment, or even that fulfillment that he has, being devoted to some object, person, position, whatever that is, will keep him dissatisfied. So he will be seeking to do something more. So then for such a person, he needs to be devoted to something more permanent. So again, here Swami Ramdas will tell you that how this devotion should be towards God. After studying the Vedas, devotion should be towards keeping satsang, evolving in the right direction. When we are talking of spiritual growth, this is the right direction. When we are in a satsang, it is very, very clear. The goal is Swatmadarshanam, goal is Ishadarshanam, self-realization, God realization. And for that, we need to dissolve the ego. This is the path of Shreyas. And this is what needs to be, when we say we have a choice between two, we need to choose this all the time, paying attention to this. So one gets automatically devoted to walking this path. So from the 11th, I mean 10th, where we stopped was he must read. For this, we should study the Vedas that dictates performance, various way of worship, religious practices, and then we become eligible. We become the adhikari. We had stopped there. Now we will go on to from the 11th to the 20th verses. Should we? काया वाचा आणि म्हणे पुत्रे पुष्पे फळे जीवने काहीतरी एका भजने सार्थक करावे जन्मा आलियाचे फळ काही करावे सफळ ऐसे न करिता निर्फळ भूमी भार होय नर देहाचे उचित काही करावे आत्महित येता नुशक्त्या चित्तवित्त सर्वोत्तमी लावावे हे काहीच न धरी जो मनी तो मृत्य प्राय वर्ते जण जन्मा येऊन तेने जननी वायाचा कष्ट वे नाही संध्या नाही स्नान नाही भजन देवतार्चन नाही मंत्र जप ध्यान मानस पूजा नाही भक्ती नाही प्रेम नाही निष्ठा नाही नेम नाही देव नाही धर्म अतीत अभ्यागत नाही सद्बुद्धी नाही गुण नाही कथा नाही श्रवण नाही अध्यात्म निरूपण ऐकिले कदा नाही भल्यांचे संगती नाही शुद्ध चित्त वृत्ती नाही कैवल्याची प्राप्ती मिथ्या म्हणजे नाही नीती नाही न्याय नाही पुण्याचा उपाय नाही परत्रीची सोय युक्तायुक्त क्रिया नाही विद्या नाही वैभव नाही चातुर्याचा भाव नाही कळा नाही लाघव रम्य सरस्वतीचे. Misha, what he has said in these verses from the 11th onwards, we should by our body, speech and mind. He says kaya, vacha ani mane. Kaya, body, vacha, speech and mane, mind. Worship God. We must be worshipping God by offering patre pushpe phale jeevane, flowers, fruit, even water for him. This is what even Bhagavan Krishna has said. Whoever offers, even if he is offering one leaf or one flower or even water to me, but with devotion, he says, I want it from pure devotion has to be there in his heart. He must long, he must be wanting to. Now, mechanically, हम बहुत सारे लोग ritual एक होता है. Rituals are very good, you know. People think rituals are only religious. Rituals are not that. Every morning, if you get up and you take a bath regularly, it becomes a ritual. It's a ritual that you do. When people have to meet for dinner and you're laying, they say laying the table, you know, when you keep things, crockery in the proper place, you are laying a table, it's a ritual. And we like these rituals to be done properly. They all serve a purpose, isn't it? So this way, when you think of the puja, you are offering it to whom? You are offering to God. So it has to be done with lot of devotion and love, not mechanically. So he says this devotion one should have. So either you worship this way, but somehow in some way we should fulfill our life on this devotional path. You know, we must cultivate, I say. If we don't have it, let us learn how to cultivate this. Then he says, please consider that we should benefit ourselves by this human birth and accomplish. Otherwise, our life will be useless and a burden to Mother Earth. जन्मा आलियाचे फळ काही करावे सफळ. Having come, taken this anmol janam that we have got in the human body, we must make use of it and accomplish something. Accomplish where? Something in the spiritual field. Because it is only in the spiritual field, as we saw in the Gita class, that Bhagavan Krishna tells, whatever you learn and whatever has been understood on the path while walking the path of spirituality, more understanding of who you are, this never leaves you. So whichever janam, next janam, you will be born with this knowledge. This ignorance of the self that has gone forever. Any other knowledge, you will have to gain that knowledge. It's about the world, you need to learn it again, but not about the self and about Ishvara. So therefore, there is really no loss here at all. You only stand to gain. So he says, otherwise our life will be useless and a burden on Mother Earth. He says it's proper for human body to work for our own welfare and concentrate on God Almighty as per our might by meditation and offering our belongings. Now, if a man does not pay any heed to this teaching, he really roams about only as a dead man. And he has really given lot of suffering to his mother at his birth. All in vain, he says. This is how the sadhu speaks. The sadhu who knows the truth and the importance of, um, you know, walking this path. They they strive so much in different ways to drill it into us that it is so important to walk this path. By telling us this, what is he going to get? What is he going to benefit? Nothing. But this is so important that we, hook or by hook, he says otherwise, जन्मा येऊन तेने जननी वायाच कष्ट. ये तो बहुत मतलब is like you feel not good even listening, to this. Oh, I shouldn't be such a waste. But there are people who do not understand even this much. They are so lost in samsara that they do not give small, even a thought to this. Therefore, I think the Swami Ramdas also feels with so strongly he uses his words. So we pay attention to this. Then he says, nahi mantra japa dhyan manasa puja, nahi bhakti, nahi prem, nahi nishtha. He does not pray thrice, does not take a bath properly, does not offer devotion, does not worship God, does not repeat mantra, no meditation, not even manasa puja, mentally worship God. Such a person is without any devotion in his life. He has no devotion, no loyalty, no regularity, no God, no religion, does not give kind reception to guests. Nahi sandhya, nahi snan, nahi bhajana, devatarchana, no mantra japa dhyana, no bhakti, nahi prema, nahi nishtha. किसी चीज पे निष्ठा नहीं है. Such a big person, if you look at him, he is always confused in life. And whatever comes in front of him, he is just dealing with it for that moment at that time. Doesn't even think. Some people don't even think where they are going. The way they are leading their lives, they do not stop to pause and think, where is this taking them? This is really vaya, matlab, birta ghawaya. Janam ko. So here he says he has no company of good men. His attitude is not pure, and by false pride, he totally misses the achievement of freedom. He has no morals, no sense of justice. He has no means to earn merit and does not provide for good conditions. in the higher world by accurate good deeds. The importance of doing a good deed, you will learn. It is so important. Many a times we have ample opportunities daily to do some good deed. And the one who is constantly looking at doing that, he benefits a lot. This is adrishta phalam. We are not able to immediately, it's not tangible. We ask people, no, what did I do that I'm suffering so much? We can't immediately pinpoint. You will say, I didn't do anything, I've not hurt anybody, why am I suffering? Yes, something that has happened already. The pattern of that is written in the subtle body. And we are suffering from that as an outcome of what has happened in the past. So if we know this, how should we act every moment of it? We should be doing that which is going to be beneficial. So what is going to give you suffering tomorrow? Do not learn to stop engaging in such activities. This is very important. This is the effort we must put with devotion. And every good deed done, we earn the benefit. There are times when you're simply so silent and happy. Just, the mind, and you wonder, Are aaj kya kuch good news, nothing I've heard, but I'm just feeling so much at peace. Adrishta, you don't know. That is the phalam of all the good patterns, good habits, good deeds you have done. So it is punya karma phalam. So this constantly we get a chance to do. This is something we need to choose to do, make it a habit. He says he has no moral sense of justice. He has no wisdom, no riches, no cleverness, no art, and has no endowment of goddess Saraswati, which endows fine sentiments. This about goddess Saraswati, what to tell? It is said that now when you see, compare Mahalakshmi and Ma Saraswati, you will see Lakshmi is very easily visible, isn't it? And Saraswati is considered the shy queen. She's an introverted person. You need to seek her out. You worship Lakshmi, she blesses you immediately. But when you worship Saraswati, she will wait and test you. Do you really need me? She will manifest herself, probably bless you. But if we have not rightly understood or we misuse, she's gone. This is why we say, no, Saraswati is hidden all the time, never visible. So Saraswati Mata, if somebody has her blessing, then you are already on the right track. So here, Swami Ramdas is saying that no endowment of Goddess Saraswati, which she is the one who blesses us with understanding. A guru will give you knowledge, she gives you that knowledge. The understanding of those words, what the guru means when he says this, that understanding also has to come from Mata Saraswati. So when we engage in her, and she will whisper initially, she will tell you some things. If you are ready to reflect on it, contemplate on it, and engage in the right manner with her, with humility, and seek her, then she will become louder. Your understanding will become clearer. With lot of understanding, you say, now I get it. Now I get it. Those moments become very, common then. And this is what we look for on the spiritual path. Every moment should be a aha moment, a moment of discovery. So we say happy discovering, discovering so many things about our own selves, about the world, the nature of the world, and how we are dealing with it, the interactions. It will show you. But when we are seeking the truth and when we seek the help of Goddess Saraswati, all this is possible. Otherwise, kabhi kabar, knowledge is there, but we do not get the rasa of it. If Goddess Saraswati's blessings are not with us. Then we shall read from the 21st verse. Shanti nahi, kshama nahi, diksha nahi, maitri nahi. Shubha shubha kahich nahi, sadhana dikha. Suchi nahi, swadharma nahi, achar nahi, vichar nahi. Aratra nahi, paratra nahi, mukta kriya manaji. कर्म नाही उपासना नाही ज्ञान नाही वैराग्य नाही योग नाही धारिष्ठ नाही काहीच नाही पाहता उपरती नाही त्याग नाही समता नाही लक्षण नाही आदर नाही प्रीती नाही परमेश्वराची परगुणाचा संतोष नाही परोपकारे सुख नाही हरिभक्तीची लेश नाही अंतर्यामी ऐसे प्रकारेचे पाहता जणू ते जीतची प्रेता समान त्याची न करावे भाषण पवित्र जनी पुण्य सामग्री पुरती तयासीच घडे भगवत भक्ती जे जे जैसी करती तो पावती तैसीची इति श्री दासबोध गुरु शिष्य संवादे Bhakti Nirupanama Samas Sauta. This ends, as he says here, with this verse. What is he saying from the 21st? He has no peace, Shanti nahi, Kshama nahi, no forgiveness, no initiation, no friendliness, no sense of good or bad in selecting means, Shubha, Ashubha. When you have devotion to God, when you have devotion to Atman, when you have devotion to truth, inquiring into the truth, reality, to the higher self, what happens? Then you begin to ask questions about what is what is the right thing to be done, what is Shubha. Otherwise, this doesn't come to you easily. He has no sanctity, no sense of his own religion, no good conduct, no good thought, and he has no hope of achieving anything in this world or the other. All his mental actions are not free. We keep talking of freedom here, that such a person doesn't know freedom. It's true, because what is happening is he engages in the world with his limited knowledge and constant, reinforcement of the past experiences. So everything he lives in his mind, he creates according to what is already there in his mind. He cannot see a thing new. He cannot experience anything new. And it is like I think Swami Ramdas also says he is as good as not living. Because when you are constantly living of um, this mind is what holds you, it binds you, and you are only going by your past experience and what you think the mental condition may be filled with raga dvesha. I like this, I want this, I don't want this, I don't like this. This is the way the mind functions. So past experiences plus what you like, your vasanas, create a certain experience for you. And this way you keep in that cycle of constantly experiencing life this way, in the mind alone. This is bondage. This will lead you to Janam after Janam, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. It will go on. The cycle of transmigration goes on this way, doesn't stop, and there is no end to this cycle. It's a vicious cycle we get into, no freedom from it. So he says that doesn't help a human. He does not perform good actions, does not do penance, he has no knowledge, no yoga, no courage. If you look at him, there is nothing worth mentioning in him. For the Sadguru, if one is not leading the path of spirituality, Nothing is worth mentioning about them for any Sadguru. This is what inwardly they all feel. They may engage with a lot of people, and they engage only so that in that moment, if some change happens in anybody, then they are happy taking that effort and that risk also, I would say. But that is all done in the goodness of the moment. Otherwise, they really do not consider those people as even worth mentioning about. He has no repentance, no renouncement, no sense of equality, no good qualities, has no respect or love for God. He is not happy in the happiness of others. Someone who is truly happy, truly. And if somebody is happy and for some reason you're not feeling so happy, you must check on yourself. I have the honesty to admit that no, I'm not. Then check, reflect. Why is it that I'm not so happy? Your higher self will tell you, your own mind will tell you, when if you're really truly seeking the truth. Is it because it was a wrong thing and there was no happiness in it? Or that you felt a lack of fulfillment in that? Then you must need to address, and that is how you overcome it. So this way one has to put effort in, and devoted, anchored in the Lord, anchored in the truth, one must walk. Then it becomes easy. He is not happy in doing anything good for others. And in his mind, there is not a single thought of devotion to them. There are many people you will come across. They don't think of doing a good for another. Meaning, they don't even consider it something to be done. If you go and tell them, they will find 100 faults. Why do you want to take, why have you taken up the responsibility of the world? Are you God? Are you, this is the way they will talk. When you seek help and when you ask somebody to help the other. They say that's not the way, that's not what we are here for. He is suffering his own karma, and why should I bother? This is his stance. For the one who is devoted to God, for the one who is devoted, Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahiye. Whom do you call? Who is ready to help others, and when he does that also, he doesn't even think twice about it. He doesn't say, I am a great person who loves to help, and doesn't take pride in it. So such a person is one with devotion. But the ones who speak this way are not devoted to God or devoted to the truth. They are not walking the spiritual path. So if there are such persons, they should be considered as living dead. And good people should not even talk to them. Very, very strong words he has used. He says, don't even look at them, don't talk to them. At least what we should do is be aware and move away from. Only such a man who has got full possession of merit is able to follow the path of devotion. Surely people get that thing which is exactly in accordance with their actions. Thus, in the second Dashaka of Dasbodh, in the dialogue between the Guru and the disciple, this fourth chapter, by name Discourse on Devotion, is completed here. So you see, why is Swami Ramdas telling that one should not engage with such people or should not even be talking to such people who show these characteristics? Look for these characteristics, and if you have to, because they are part of family or close community or whatever, keep minimum interaction with them. Why? When we are walking the spiritual path, we ourselves, there are a lot of struggles that we will face. It is walking the razor's edge. So, at such a time, you don't want people like this around you pulling you down. making you doubt the paths. That many people come, they say, I started, but this person is so strong, and he seems to have such logic against what I'm doing. I was a little confused. How do I explain to him? How do I convince him? This doubt also should not come. First, he is given, our Swami Ramdas has given all these points. Find out, is that person this way? You can do it privately within your mind. Reflect on him. How is this kind of person? Has he shown any devotion? Is he doing any good deeds? Does he think of helping somebody? Then why does he do that? And we can, then begin a conversation. But if that is not happening, let this man be a great orator with great influence, or with great logic. Let him come to you. We must keep away and not engage till the time when we can hold our own light, the flame that has been lit now, and we have started walking the path. It can be easily put off by other people's opinions and misgivings without knowing they might be doing this, and we constantly doubt ourselves. So this should not happen. For that reason alone, we need devotion. We must cultivate this devotion so that the light that has been lit within us should not be put off. From this, we go on to the next topic, which is the topic Samas Patsva Rajo Guna Lakshan. Here, Swami Samartha is talking about the gunas, and here he speaks of the Rajo Guna first. So let us take a look at this. Samas Patsva Rajo Guna Lakshana Shri Ram. मुळी देह त्रिगुणाचा सत्व रज तमाचा त्यामध्ये सत्वाचा उत्तम गुण सत्वगुणे भगवत भक्ती रजोगुणे पुनरावृत्ती तमोगुणे अधोगती पावती प्राणी. There is a shloka, this is from the Bhagavad Gita. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. We will look at the meaning of it also. त्यातही शुद्ध आणि सबळ तेही बोली जेती सकळ शुद्धतेची जे निर्मळ सबळ बाधक जाणावी शुद्ध सबळाचे लक्षण सावध परिसा विचक्षण शुद्ध तो परमार्थी जाण सबळ तो संसारिक तया संसारिकाची स्थिती देही त्रिगुण वर्तते एक येता दोन्ही जाती निघोनिया रज तम आणि सत्व येणोची चाले जीवित्व रजोगुणाचे कर्तृत्व दाखवू आता रजोगुण येता शरीरी वर्तणूक कैसी करी सावध होऊनी चतुरी परिसावे माझे घर माझा संसार देव कैचा आणिला थोर ऐसा करी जो निर्धार तो रजोगुण माता पिता आणि कांता पुत्र सुना आणि दुहिता इत्युकियांची वाहे चिंता तो रजोगुण भरे खावे भरे जेवावे भरे ल्यावे भरे नेसावे दुसऱ्याचे अभिलाषावे तो रजोगुण. We will just see what here Bhagavan says. He says basically our body is having three types of qualities. They are sattva, rajas and tamas. Among these, sattva is the best. He says, Muli deha trigunacha sattva raja tamacha. Yamadhe sattvacha uttama guna. And he says, by sattva, one turns to devotion to God. Sattva gune bhagavat bhakti. Rajo gune punaravritti. By rajas, one gets rebirth again and again. While by tamas, person becomes degraded. You fall. you fall when we say, no, this one is a pathabhrashta or he has fallen. Is because of tamogun. So this shloka in the Gita, there is a verse which is thus stated, we read that. Those who are urdhvam gacchanti sattvastha, the one who are with predominant sattva guna, they go high in evolution. Those who are rajasic, madhye tishtanti rajasa, they stay where they are. And those who are in the quality of very low type, they are who are tamasic, go downwards in evolution. Now, what is this sattva, rajas, and tamoguna? We all know about it. Sattva is when the mind is very peaceful. When a person is very peaceful, peace coming out of what? Of becoming silent, meditative, being tranquil in nature, the sense of equanimity that is there, no disturbance, no, the mind is not restless, it's just with complete awareness. Because this mind which is not moving can also be tamasic mind, which is very dull and very sleepy. When you're sleeping, also the mind is not moving anywhere. So don't mistake the two. Because in tamo guna, there is ignorance. Whereas sattva guna, you can just be quiet, but very alert and aware. You are receptive, completely receptive. So this is the sattva guna. These are dispositions, these are inclinations, you call them tendencies, how else to call, what do you say? Guna, this is the guna, this is the, meaning of that. So in this classification, he says, there are two subdivisions. One is pure and the other is mixed. They will be explained. That which is pure is flawless, clear, and that which is mixed should be known as polluted and undesired. We are talking about spiritual evolution here, so we must know this. So sattva will lead us to purity, flawless, clarity, and that which is not pure is obviously impure, it is contaminated, it is polluted, either with rajoguna or with tamasic guna. So he says here, please listen to the definition of pure one and mixed qualities. What is this? We must know. Pure is he who is completely altruistic, spiritual, while mixed is he who is given to family bondage. No? Hare Babre, I am devoted to my family. What happens? इसमें mixed है थोड़ा. Sattva is there, no doubt. Because we all are in the family, then why are we called this way? That is because Rajo is mixed here. So we should know how to become fully sattvic in nature. So he says, while the mixed is he who is given to family bondage. In the case of this person who is attached to family life, samsaric, the three qualities mentioned above dwell in his body. But when any one of the three is prevalent, the other two are not evident, which means at different points of time, the same grahastha, the one who is bound to family life, what happens? In the mornings, probably, when he is up and about and he has time for himself, he wants to meditate and pray, and he keeps some time for this. He's generally in the mood to get into silent, tranquil space. That time, sattva guna is predominant. So he begins his day with an altruistic mind, which says, yes, I am looking at my day's experiences to evolve spiritually. Then then time comes that he needs to take those phone calls from workplace and from family and everything, and then he needs to begin his day. The clock is ticking. He needs to start and get moving about and be in the world. That time what happens? Rajoguna takes over because he needs to be acting. Rajoguna is restless, it's active. That is why prana, vayu, all these are considered examples of Rajoguna, constantly moving. Now, mixed with Sattva Guna, then it is wonderful because a Sattvic person can be very active also. But if at any given point of time with the householder, what happens? Any one is predominant. Then what happens? The other two are literally hiding. Then there comes a time he is back from work and from wherever, whatever housework, everything gotten done. A time comes when you are just tired and you want to rest now. You are not available for anything else. You just want that quick power nap, whatever it is. Then the body is telling you enough. And you close. All your senses are closing, your mind is not there anymore. Tamo guna has taken over. So he says, this mixture is seen, and when one of the three is prevalent, you are either sattva guna, pradhanya happens, that is dominant, or you become rajo guna predominant, or you become tamo guna predominant. The life is lived by the rajas, tamas, and sattva. We will describe the effect of rajas. The wise listeners should now pay careful attention to how a man behaves when the rajas prevails in the body. The man of Rajasic temperament says, this is my house, Madhagar, this is my family, my life, family life. Who is God and why do you bring him in? Rajoguna, this person is basically very, the ego is manifest, full-fledged. So he considers himself from the reference point of ego alone. The man of Rajasic nature takes extreme care and over anxiety for his mother, wife, sons, daughters-in-laws, and daughters, and basically family. Over anxiety and extreme care. Rajo guna prida. It is not sattva quality. We must understand this. See, there are many ways when gurus say something, they do not tell you some things, they do not even say. But when they say something, we must understand what is implied by it. Sometimes they are talking in the literal sense, sometimes something that they want to imply. So we must understand this. And then when they point out some things, some meanings are hidden. It is for those who are already evolved. So when Sadhguru speaks, he is talking to many people in the room. Somebody may take it in the literal sense, somebody may take it in the indicative sense, some others will understand the Gudhartha of what was spoken in class. So each one has understood something, they have something to take. Such a man likes to eat good things, take tasty dinner, put on nice clothes, good ornaments, and covet others' possession. He is ignorant of places of pilgrimage and observance of any rules. He does not welcome guests and he has a tendency towards misdeeds. Even if he knows of pilgrims places and he cares, so-called, he cares about religion, charity, mantra and all. Here, because, tasty dinner, even if he pretends, what happens is he is doing it for himself. He wants a good name, because in the 11th verse, Swami Ramdas says, he doesn't care about religion or anything, charity. A Rajasic person, as though he cares for charity and religion, he will donate, but he will want that his photograph be put in a big way, his name be mentioned there. Why is he doing all that? Because I want name for myself, and he will go about doing a lot of things, but ensure he is seen and people know him as such a dharmic. So why is he walking the path of religion? He wants that good name for his own reputation, for his own self. So that also could be there. We will read from the 11th verse. Kaisa dharma kaise dana, kaisa japa kaise dhyana, vicharina papa punya, to rajog. नेणे तीर्थ नेणे व्रत नेणे अतीत अभ्यागत अनाचारी मनोगत तो रजोगुण धन धान्याचे संचित मन होये द्रव्यासक्त अत्यंत कृपण जीवित्व तो रजोगुण मी तरुण मी सुंदर मी बलाढ्या मी चतुर मी सकळांमध्ये थोर म्हणे तो रजोगुण माझा देश माझा गाव माझा वाडा माझा ठाव ऐसे मनी धरी हाव तो रजोगुण दुसऱ्याचे सर्व जावे माझेच हेही बरे असा ऐसे आठवे स्वभावे तो रजो कपट आणि मत्सर उठे देही तिरस्कार अथवा कामाचा विकार तो रजोगुण बाळकावरी ममता प्रीतीने आवडे कांता लोभ वाटे समजता तो रजोगुण जीव लगाची खंती जेणे काळे वाटे चिंती तेणे काळे शीघ्रगती रजोगुणा संसाराचे बहुत कष्ट कैसा होईल असे मनाचा आठवे संकट तो रजोगुण. He says here, such a man does not care about dharma, charity, mantra, meditation, merit or sin. Even if he is seen doing that, we know why is he doing it. Because atyanta over anxiety for his family, over worrying for, because I know of a person for in the place that I was staying, for several days in the mornings, I would hear the bell ringing, the temple bell just and the blow of conch, and I was wondering, कौन होगा किसके घर में पूजा हो रही है इतना अच्छा लगता है सुबह में. You wake up and you're hearing these things pretty early. Much later, I found out in a few days because I just checked around and I said, who's this person? Somebody told me it is this person. I said, oh, he doesn't look a person who is so committed to God, so wonderful. I was mistaken, I thought. But I heard from him and I spoke to him. Rajo was very interesting. What was he saying? And one day I heard, see, word went around that somebody told Mataji was asking, कि आप शंख बजाते हो, आप तो बहुत धार्मिक हो, बहुत अच्छा लगा उनको सुन के. Word got on to him. Until that day, he was praying only in his own way, some Sanskrit shlokas. He started in English, thinking Mataji speaks English, no? So, hey Shambhonath, hey Mahadev, please bless my family. I want peace of mind for my family. My family should have. He said, what happened to him? Why is he doing all this? And I went out and found out. I said, आज इंग्लिश में प्रार्थना हो रही थी, क्या हो रहा था? तो पता है रजो गुणा. And what is he asking? He said, today, why is he specifically screaming to Lord? Huh? Mahadev doesn't need to be screamed at. Even Kabira says that, what you're going on? Mandir mein jana, no, I have arrived. And God, you think God doesn't know? Huh? Go silently, have a silent prayer with him, talk to him. He would say the same about, those azan, ye jo loudspeaker. Are loudspeaker bhaja, tum baja rahe ho? क्या अल्लाह को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है? नो ही इवन नोज. ही सेज जो चींटी के पैर में तुम वो घुंघरू बांधो और चींटी को चलने दो, उसका भी आवाज ही. Kabira is saying that, but we have to go and do that because our mind stills actually with that. So this is how rajasic the mind is. He's screaming on top. I want peace for my family. So you see, this is Rajoguna, dharmic dikhawa. He is ignorant of places of pilgrimage. He does all these pilgrim things also just to show off, even if he does, or observance of any rules. He does not welcome guests and has tendencies towards misdeeds. ये जो I hear people telling, this is my 18th year continuously I've been going consecutively to this temple or to that temple. दो बार तो I go, you know, Tirupati I have to do, Shirdi I have to do Kailash, I have to do Amarnath. Yeah? Whatever these are places, they're wonderful places and one must go. Don't think I'm telling you not to go. हाँ, बट अच्छा 18 साल से आप करते आ रहे हो, भाई एक बार दर्शन हुआ? आप बोल रहे हो शबरीमला जा रहे हो, हाँ अमरनाथ जा रहे हो, भगवान शिव जी ने एक बार भी दर्शन किया? केदारनाथ जा रहे हो, बद्री जा रहे हो, जब मन किया बद्री चले जाते हो, ठीक है, नारायण भगवान को भी नमस्कार कर लिया, वेरी गुड, व्हाई आर यू गोइंग देयर अगेन एंड अगेन? अभी तक मतलब दर्शन नहीं हुआ? दर्शन नहीं हुआ, एक भी बार नहीं हुआ? अगर नहीं हुआ है तो व्हाई डोंट यू गेट द हिंट दैट प्रोबेबली भगवान डजंट वांट टू सी यू? व्हाट आर यू गोइंग देयर फॉर? They haven't gone to go take darshan of Bhagwan because एक बार एक pilgrimage कर लिया तो बहुत हो गया. Where are you going to see him anyway, if not within yourself? So what are we doing these pilgrimages for? Understand that. Should be for Antakarna Shuddhi. To overcome, and these pilgrimages should be taken कि कहाँ पे challenges हो, physical challenge हो, mental challenge हो. नहीं, we want to do it through a travel agent who will get you the best of rooms, best of what travel. हाँ, तो फिर काहे का you have gone helicopter से गए उतरे, what is that, online VIP टिकट खरीद लिया, 500 रुपया दे दिया, पहले जाकर दर्शन वो आइडल देखकर आ गए और बोले बहुत अच्छा दर्शन हुआ, अगली बार कब जाना है? अरे बाप, पिलग्रिमेज करो तो भाई अपने अंदर whatever it was that was, you know, your fear was there, you didn't like some challenges, you didn't like living one way, go with minimum means and stay, come to seek that. All that challenges and struggles are within your mind. That mind is blocking divinity within. Those things you need to break, you know. So when you take these pilgrimages, you come across many such challenges that you need to overcome actually. ऐसे हो तो फिर फायदा होता है वो pilgrimage में जाने का. Otherwise, नहीं, he doesn't care. He wants his name, no? He is ignorant of places of pilgrimage or observance of any rules and doesn't welcome guests. This man of Rajasic nature stores grains, hoards money. His mind is attached to security constantly, and his whole life is a miser's life. Yeah? He has and has a lot of things, but he will not use it because he is worried he might lose it if he uses it. So he stores it. And what you have and you can't enjoy means you're a miser. He says, I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm strong, I'm clever, I'm the greatest of all. He's proud in saying, this is my country, this is my village, this is my mansion, this is my place. My. देखा वो आ गया ना, me, मैं, मेरा. And he's very much attached. All of these things have a time and place. And there is nothing wrong in you taking pride in your country, your family, but there is a time and place when it is required. When the need comes, one must be ready. But not every day go about it and think only about that and try and, you know, secure for it. Such a man inwardly wishes that possessions of all other people should be lost and only he should be happy. Even if they lose it, he is happy. उनका चला जाए, मेरा नहीं. The quality of rajas creates jealousy, malice, passion, disregard for others in the mind of man. This Bhagavan Krishna has also said, the one who is rajasic in nature has all of these qualities: passion, anger, jealousy, lust, greed, all this in extreme, like he is really absorbed into it totally. Such a man has got tremendous affection for small children, attachment to wife, and has attraction towards all, all laukika vishaya, that is. So when a man is over anxious about his relatives, one should recognize that he is under the influence of rajas. And when a person is harassed by family circumstances and worries whether everything is going to be all right, then that is rajasic quality. Now, if you should do a small thing here, comparison study. What do you think a sattvic person will do versus this? You must know that. So then you know that this is what must be practiced. This over anxiety for anything in this world is not recommended. It's a very sattvic quality if you can keep your peace of mind and you know what is under your control, you know how much is under your control, and you know what can be done within that, and you do that much. That is sattva guna. But worrying and being anxious over things you have no control about is typically rajo. Hmm. So from this, then we will see from the 21st verse to the 30th, at least we will read. We have some time left. काम आगे जे जे भोगिले ते ते मनी आठवले दुःख अत्यंत वाटले तो रजोगुण वैभव देखोनी दृष्टी आवडी उपजली पोटी आशा गुणे हिमपुटी करी तो रजोगुण जे जे दृष्टी पडिले ते ते मन मागितले लभ्य नसता दुःख झाले तो रजोगुण विनोदार्थी भरे मन शृंगारिक करी गायन राग रंग तान मान तो रजोगुण ठवाळी ढवाळी निंदा सांगणे घडे विवाद हास्य हास्य विनोद करी सर्वदा तो रजोगुण आळस उठे प्रबळ कर्मणुकेचा नाणा खेळ काम उपभोगाचे गोंधळ तो रजोगुण कलावंत बहुरूपी नटावलोकी साक्षेपी नाना खेळी दान अर्पी तो रजोगुण उन्मत्त द्रव्य परी अति प्रीती ग्रामज्य आठवेचे आवडे नीचाची संगती तो रजोगुण तस्कर विद्या जीवी ओढे परन्यून बोलावे वाटे नित्य नेमाच मन विठे तो रजोगुण देव कारणी लाजाळू उधरा लागी कष्टाळू प्रपंची जो स्नेहाळू तो रजोगुण. Furthermore, we will maybe take it up in the next class, but yes, such a man broods over past sufferings, becomes very unhappy in that memory. This and such a person may know a lot about what scripture says because they have heard. They may have heard, and they will use it only for their convenience, so that they can go back to brooding again and speaking of their sufferings. I know why I'm suffering so much. It is all Papa Karma. Without my Papa Karma, where did they know all this? They have heard from the scriptures. I must have been so dushta, abhi, me. No? This misery goes on. And you tell that person, Saral, very easy, simple, stop living like this in the past. Things are not as bad as you're thinking. You're making it up in your mind by delving into it again and again. You tell them, they won't listen to you because they do not want that suffering to go. That suffering gives them a sense of who they are because they come from that ego, isn't it? So this aham bhav is very, very difficult. And this aham bhav gets its maximum, you will see the manifestation of ahankara vritti in among the ones who are Rajoguna predominant. Some more we will see about Rajoguna. Why are we studying the Rajoguna and the Tamoguna? Because we should look if we have traces of this within us so that we make efforts to destroy them, to clean them up, to sublimate them. And how do we do this? Holding on, anchoring in the highest, and allowing for constantly, consciously, deliberately bringing in Sattva Guna within us. So wherever there is a choice, where you say, I'm in a dilemma, I don't know what should I do. What is the right thing to be done here? How do I become Sattva Guna Pradhan? That should be, that is the choice we must make. And once we have started living that, you will see, actually, we don't have much of a choice. For the ones who are walking on the spiritual path, one should be choicelessly this way. We must not have a choice. In the samsara, in the worldly life, the more choices you have, you think you are more privileged. But in the spiritual field, the more you realize that I have no choice but to do this. Huh? The sadhak, the seeker, takes great pleasure in it because he says there is only one thing for me to do. Walk this path, and while walking this path, I have no choice but to do this. This is the right thing to do. There is only one right thing that you can do. You know? So when you choose to do the right thing, that is all that you can do. So one should be more sattva guna predominant. Look at this rajasic guna vritti within us also. We may get, whenever desire comes up, krodha comes up, when we are excited about many things, enthusiasm comes from sensory, and excitement comes from the mind because of some past experience. Then it is all signs of that we are at that moment Rajoguna predominant. We must become aware. The moment you bring in awareness, in that transformation is possible, not otherwise. So being alert and aware is important. That is how Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna, Nitya Sattvastaha Bhav. Nitya, be in Sattva, Sattvastaha. Remain in Sattva Guna. In your Vyavahara, it should always be, you should try and, that Sattva is not only in the morning hours when you're peaceful or when you're with nature or you're doing something very relaxing. Try and build this temperament throughout the day. That becomes your nature. Okay? Shall we conclude here for today? We'll take on the remaining verses in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om.